Hi everyone, welcome to your December market update. We're taking a look at what's been happening across the local market, the wider UK picture, and what the recent budget means for buyers, sellers, landlords and tenants. Let's start with the budget. There are very few surprises in the latest budget for the property market, other than the OBR announcing it before Rachel Reeves even got a chance to stand up. The new council tax surcharge on homes valued above £2 million and the 2% rise in property income tax from 2027 will affect a small portion of owners and landlords. But if you're a landlord set to be affected, talk to us about how and what can be done. We were disappointed not to see any changes to stamp duty. A reduction would have been a real catalyst for the market. The positive news is that the 12 weeks of uncertainty is now behind us and people can move forward with decisions they had been delaying. If wider inflation measures work, we should continue to see the pressure on interest rates and hopefully they will fall, which would be welcome news for buyers and homeowners. Now, sales in the local market. Over the past 12 months, the WR postcode recorded 3,836 property transactions. That's an 11% decline on previous year with an average sale price of £295,025. Worcester saw 1,712 transactions, down 10%. Malvern recorded 539, down 17%, and Droitwich saw 403, down 12%. Across the region, the average sale price increased by 2%. Houses made up 82% of the sales, averaging 321,964. Flats averaged just over 157,000. Malvern's average price rose by 6% to 309,893. Droitwich saw a 1% decrease to just below 291,000, and Worcester increased slightly by 1% to just over 266,000. Now the local market roundup for lettings. Over the past 12 months, the average rent from the WR postcode area reached £944 per month, an increase of 7.6%. Interestingly, flats made up 41% of the lets and averaged £794. Houses averaged just over £1,000 at £1,084 per month. In Droitwich, rents increased by 4.8% to 920, with flats at 725 and houses at 1,010. Malvern saw the strongest annual growth at 9.7% with average rents of £1,060. Flats averaged £866 and houses £1,281. Worcester's average rent reached £916, a 7.7% increase. Flats averaged £813 while houses reached £1,021. Now the national market. Across the UK, the average house price for August reached £272,995, a 3% rise year on year. The average asking price for new listings fell by 1.8% in November, which is a larger than usual seasonal drop, possibly due to the drawn-out run-up to the autumn statement. House price inflation is expected to finish the year between 1 to 1.5%. Now to the economy. The Bank of England held interest rates at 4% in November. GDP grew by 0.1% in the 3 months up to September, following 0.2% growth in August 2025. Inflation stayed at 3.8% in the 12 months to September. Now on to lettings, talking about void periods and legislation. Average void periods increased from 16 days in September to 21 days in October, reflecting a slight seasonal slowdown. Rents continue to grow steadily, with forecasts increase of 3 to 4% through 2025. The average rent in October was £1,045, which was up 1.4% year on year. The biggest update for landlords is the first phase of the Renters' Rights Act, due to take effect on the 1st of May 2026. Section 21 notices will no longer be permitted and all tenancies will convert to rolling assured periodic agreements. Councils will also have expanded powers around enforcement and rent practices. Our lettings team has clear guidance on what this means for our landlords, so if you want to speak to them, you can call us on 01905 675 999 or send us a direct message and we'll give you a call back. Finally, in community news, on the latest episode of the Just Local podcast, I get to interview Sean Pope and Ian Lane from the Canal and Rivers Trust to explore Droitwich's new health corridor, a project that's reopened and transformed the canal towpath from Vines Park to Ladywood Lock in Droitwich. The upgraded route now offers a safer, more accessible space for the community to enjoy, with key improvements including a new sub-base, compacted surface, wheelchair accessible benches and refreshed signage. Inspired by the Droitwich Spa Place Board, the project is part of a wider multi-million-pound investment into local leisure and wellbeing from Wychavon. Watch or listen to the full conversation on Spotify or YouTube to see the new towpath in all its glory. Whatever move you're considering in the new year, it all starts with knowing what your property is worth. Our advice is why wait? Contact our team today to get the ball rolling and to stay ahead of the new year rush. You can book a valuation based on accurate market data and genuine local expertise at nicolandco.co.uk. Thanks for watching and we'll see you on the next update.